Perfectionism is killing your English. Let's get that straight. We've been taught to chase perfection. Or maybe you're a perfectionist yourself, trying to find the right words, grammar, and structure. But remember, guys, conversations aren't exams. They are important for creating connections. School rewards perfect answers. Real conversations reward being understood. Remember this huge difference. I've been an English news presenter at Bangladesh Betar from 2022. So when I speak English as a broadcaster, so when I'm reading the news, pronunciation matters, clarity matters, accuracy matters. Where I stress my words matter because if I change the stresses, the pronunciations, it might cause disruptions in the hearing. Also, the overall professionalism of the broadcast may sound a bit underwhelming. That is why when I'm broadcasting, these things matter a lot. Perfectionism is necessary. But guys, remember, that's my job. That's my role. I have to be perfect. But that is not the case when you're meeting someone new. Imagine you're meeting someone new or it's your old friend. You're grabbing a cup of coffee and trying to have a normal conversation. So there, if you want to sound perfect, you're judging yourself a lot. It's not like your friend is, he has a bingo book and he's like, okay, grammar, 7 out of 10, pronunciation, 6 out of 10, you're sounding like too much Bangladeshi. No, bro, relax, calm down. It's a conversation. Your main goal is that the person you're talking to understands what you're saying, right? So that is most important. Most people treat English conversation, especially if it's their second language, as an IELTS exam or test, especially in real life scenarios. That is not the case. Relax, enjoy the conversation, make mistakes. Mistakes are welcome. If you have good people around you, and of course in LearnUp community, Discord's link is in the description, you will find people who won't judge you. Just create the sentences or the words that you want to say and don't worry about the grammar. They will come naturally. So your goal first is to communicate. And once you master the communication and once you're comfortable communicating, only then you polish the smaller details. Like if you are in Japan and you don't speak fluent Japanese, your goal as a foreign student is to check in a hotel. That doesn't mean you have to learn perfect Japanese, correct? You just need to make people understand that I want to go to a hotel. Same principle, correct? Another thing I would like to address is I've heard a lot of conversations where people say they need to know proper vocabulary, proper words, and I do agree with them. I agree that if you have more vocabulary, if you speak high class English, you sound smart, you sound great. But that is not necessary, okay? Use simple words. In everyday casual English conversations, people don't use bodacious or ravishing. Yeah, you might use that, and if you're on a date, it might be very, very cool that you know such words. But in casual conversation, you don't need to put extravagant words every now and then. Keep it simple. Use simple words. As I've said before, the idea is to get understood. It's not a mental exercise to know whether you're good at English or not. Keep it simple, use easy words, and get your point across, okay? Finally, I want to share a personal story in Engu. So in Engu, there was a student who was constantly apologizing. The Japanese people, they are so apologetic. It's very sweet. Every time he made a mistake, he was like, sumimasen, sumimasen. But I just told him, brother, relax, don't worry. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to create full sentences. You don't have to. Just say some of the words, use your gestures, what you mean. I will understand and I will help you create those sentences. So yeah, afterwards, he did not say in full, complete sentences, but he still tried. And that is most important. Try to speak English. You don't have to be a perfectionist. you need to start. So start speaking first, and then, as I've said before, polish it later. Start speaking, grammar can wait, words can wait, start, okay? So yeah, guys, if you want a space where you want to talk in English without judgment, without feeling like people are looking down on you, make sure to join our Discord channel where we have free sessions on Sundays and Tuesdays, and also a webinar Zoom session on Thursdays where we follow a guideline and a specific structure. So I would love to see you there. And your goal there on the free sessions would be to just talk and make sure you get your point across. If you get your point across, congratulations, you succeeded. I'll see you there, okay? Take care.